Okay. Right. And then what I'll do, I'll put on your buttons page. Remember, you've got a buttons page inside your knowledge base.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll put that video in there for you. Right. So first things first, here's your buttons page. And
Yeah.
any notes from today we can put in there and you can add them in there as well. Stuff.
Okay.
But I'll put the video in here. But um, I recommend that you download LM Notes and Gemini AI systems. They're both free. Okay, so we
So
don't,
what are they? Chat GPT type of stuff.
yeah, we don't have to do it now necessarily, Christiane,
I don't know what it is.
but what I'm going to do is show you alongside your own knowledge base just how powerful it is.
Yeah.
All right. And I'm also going to introduce the idea of push notifications from your app in the future when you're ready. The company that we deal with charge something like £12 a month or something to do that. But when you're ready, this is where you really make the articles that you create come to life because you start sending it through push notifications to every registrant inside your app.
Okay.
So let's just switch back to the app for a second. By far the most important page by any stretch of the imagination with any app is Join My Tribe.
Yeah.
So when you touch that screen, you've automatically got the link here. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what I suggest you do is because I think we called it Join My Tribe, which is I think it's the best way of getting people to register. It says Join My Tribe. What we can do is create um, a Join My Tribe article that's always there. So I'll do that for you now. And then we can connect it to every single article in the future. So let's just put that there. And there. Okay. So I'm going to put the link in here. So remember with the knowledge base, you just highlight it, grab the link here, stick it in. I didn't grab the link. That's not useful, is it? Join my tribe. Here's the link. Okay. Join my tribe. So you might like to go back in here and put some pictures and what have you.
Hmm.
And we're going to connect that probably to About Us or even Contact Us or both. Okay. So the other thing we've got to do is um, connect it here. So this is contact. Hang on, you haven't got a contact page there yet. Okay. Well, when you do, you can connect them here. So you can have 4 or 5 articles connected here together.
Yeah.
And well, I don't call it Google anymore. People aren't using Google anymore. They're using AI search. Um, but those really, really do get you found with backlinks. So
But
here,
AI search is that what comes up anyway. If you type into Google, it
yeah,
comes up the top first thing, yeah, isn't it?
yeah, but the things you're going to find using LM Notes and Gemini is a whole different ballgame.
Oh,
It really is. I'm going to show you in a minute. It'll take your breath away. So what I want you to do is think of if you become an instructor, you're instructing the AI to tell you what you want it to do to make your life easier.
mm,
Right? So first thing I'm going to put in is join my Pilates tribe because that's much more likely to get found on the internet. Um, right, so just do that. Let's make this nice and big. Document. Um, It's public. Yeah, that's looking good. So let's just connect that to there, publish it. So now we can say, okay, right. So every article we create in the future, we can connect to join my tribe
Okay.
every time. And you do that down here. Okay. So
Yeah.
I'll show you in a second. So now that's published. Dear, you get this sometimes. Just change the slug. Yeah.
What is a Slack? I know what a Slack is for the garden, but not for here.
Yeah, a slug is the actual URL that turns up on the internet.
Ah, okay.
It's like a short subdomain type thing. I think we should make this a bit bigger. Let's make it large. There you go. Do that. Right. So what I've done already playing here, I've said to Gemini, and every time you write something, it's recorded and you can continue to work with it. So I said, create 50 articles to your website, to your app address here, your knowledge base address, I think. Yeah. So I'm just going to put that in your button so you can find it. Buttons. Let's stick it in there. Okay. So what I'm trying to do is record everything. So this is what they call a prompt. So what's going to happen over the next months and years is you're going to get good with your prompts. You're going to get better and better at it when you learn how to use it effectively.
Mm-hmm.
Gemini. Gemini prompt. Okay, update. So what happened here is it gave me this. It said, right, suggested categories, getting started with Pilates, understanding Pilates, equipment and classes, specific needs, optimizing your Pilates practice, core essentials. So that might give you some ideas to make some changes. You might decide, say, okay, right, well, I'm going to actually add some categories that fit this. You with me?
Mm-hmm.
So you could say, right, I'm going to create getting started with Pilates as the top category. And you do it like this. You give it an icon, something like this, grab an icon, and you can put a description in there as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you save. So what we're going to do now is begin to think about what Gemini's created for us here, because just going to go back into here. Now we're going to start creating articles. So what I'm going to do is grab article ideas. So this one's for this one, getting started with Pilates, and it says, okay, here's some ideas for you. Here's 8 ideas for you to start creating articles. So you can grab this, or what I would do is I'd say, please create an article for all with a link to my registration page. Why? Because that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Because you want people to get registered. Right. So we're going to put that link to here. All right. So now that's going to do that. So now it's going to create a whole ton of articles for you in seconds. Just it really is unbelievable. So what I'm going to show you now is even more important. So this is Morris Watts at work now. What I'm going to do is say, create concise and emotive articles in the cadence. So I'm going to put knowledge-based articles here. Now, cadence is a musical term. And it means picture rhythm in music that,
Yeah.
that will go into your words. Okay. So what we're going to do now is do this again. Right. So now you're beginning to see how it's creating articles for you. Right. So you can take this one as an example. Your first breath, unleash your core as an example. Right. So it's saying, right. So you might have a webinar on this. Yeah. You might
Yeah.
have webinars. So you can ask Gemini to create 10 webinars and you can ask them to, I don't know if you use Google Calendar, but for me, I created a load of webinars and then I added them to my calendar through here. It just added the whole lot in just like that.
Yeah, I use Apple Calendar, but I'm sure it will work in a similar way, will it?
Well, I don't know, but I mean, you don't want to be doing it manually. That's the point. I mean, the whole idea of
I can use it to Google because Apple will import the Google Calendar.
there we are, though. Perfect. And if you need any help with that, you can ask it, and Gemini will give you the answer every single time. How do I find the iCal for my Apple calendar to fit into my Google calendar? And it would tell you. It's just sensational. Okay, so right, so what we're going to do is grab this first one here, your first breath, and release your core. And what I'm going to do now is go into the knowledge, because the knowledge base has got its own AI as well, of course. So I'm going to stick that in there, and I'm going to say, write about. And obviously you can go back in and make changes. Okay. So let's just say you're happy with that article now. So you're done. Um, this one is called Your Pilates Journey Starts Here. Put that in there.
What's the rectangular brackets?
Uh, in here, link to, right, so that would be where you put your webinar.
Okay.
So, or you could just say, okay, you could have you could create one page that does all your webinars. So they're all there and like a calendar dates, because you're probably going to use in the same Zoom room or whatever to do that.
Yeah.
And then you can just link to that page. Or, as I suggested at the bottom, and I'll show you what I mean by this. So obviously you're going to go back and finish this. You need to put an image up here, always an image,
Yeah.
and a little bit of copy in here. This is quite good actually. You see how it's emotional copy.
Yeah.
And then what you do is you grab that copy this is called a meta description. All right. So what you do is you grab the title bar, and this is what gets you found, like big time. It gets you found on the search engines. And here, right? You put another image in here, and now you start connecting it. So you might have, well, how many have we got here? One, two, they've got 8 articles here. You can only connect 5. So you could connect
Yeah.
one, and you can connect another 4 once you've created them. But what I'm going to do now, because I think this is the most important, is join my Pilates tribe. So that's done. So we need to put it onto a category, which is, we just created a new category here, which is getting started with Pilates. And now we publish. So now that's live. So when we go to to your app, and we go to your parrot, getting started with Pilates here. And there it is. Just
Very cool.
isn't that cool?
And so quick. I mean,
It's unbelievable.
it would have taken me a whole day and half the day first to get myself psyched up to do it.
Well, if I do it like I've suggested here, so you get AI to create the article ideas for you, then you obviously got to add in these categories if you think they suit your business. So you add your categories like I showed you
Yeah.
here, and then you create, and then you grab each one and ask it to write the copy. You can ask it to write it in here, and then you can just grab it from here and plonk it straight in. So you could say, create copy for all. Uh, right, so that's just a better interpretation of what it says. But you know, you just keep playing with this until you get to get it working how exactly you want it to work for you, and make it go to work. The other thing you can do, which I think is utterly sensational, is um, you can start using LM notes. Again, I put that in your buttons page here. It says recommend download LM notes in Gemini, so you can see that. Now, LM notes sits on the side of the screen like so. Okay. This is mine, obviously. So what we can do, we can grab copy. So let's just go back into, so let's say I'm going to grab this copy here. No, that's the wrong one. Where was I? Get started with Pilates. I'm going to grab this copy here and I'm going to say, okay, let's grab the copy like so. Go into LM notes, create new, copy text, put that text in there like so, insert. And you're not going to believe what it's going to do here. It will give you a study guide. It will give you a briefing document like an executive summary, FAQs, okay? And if you want, you can download mind maps as well. Now, that's
That's so
astonishing. That does
cool.
that in seconds, that's just amazing. But here's the other clever thing, which I love. You can create, I do really love this. I'm using it extensively through Multics. So you might want to put more copy in or put in multiple articles into this to get a decent radio interview. But what I'm going to show you now is just genius. It just takes a couple of minutes to create. And what I do is once it's finished, I put it into Google Drive and I share it from Google Drive for everyone. Take the link and then put that into the knowledge base. Because if you take the link straight from LM Notes, it takes people through the Google login nonsense every time. So to overcome that, I put it to Google Drive, and I'll show you in a second. Come on, get a wiggle on.
Don't make me laugh.
There. Right. So what we're going to do, I'm going to download this now. Okay. And then I'm going to go into my Google Drive, which is here. Google Drive is really cool for sharing anything. And I'm going to add this new file upload, like so. Where's that gone? Oh, there it is. Right. So what I do share from here, you see. So it's really simple because it's restricted. It starts.
Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're looking into something called Unleash Your Core Transformation. It comes from some promotional excerpts for a core essentials class.
Right.
And our mission really is to just get behind the language and
Right. So you're getting the idea of this now.
Yeah, this will be my weekend
Yeah.
playground.
You go back into here and you put radio interview. Well, I've actually put it into the wrong document here, but just to link. There you go. Update. So let's go into the right one where it should be. Your Pilates journey. So here you can put radio interview.
Which is obviously not a real radio interview. We just make people feel that we're so important that we had a radio interview.
Yeah. It's good, isn't it?
Yeah. Always wanted to be on the radio.
Well, now you are. So this is a really genuine kind of, you'll see when you start listening to them, you think, right, it really does sound like two people talking about my business. This is astonishing. So I've shown you that. So I'm going to
Can you go back to that, sorry,
Yeah.
before I forget it, because you said I had no contacts page set up. But there is a contact page, isn't there? There's like this get in touch.
Yeah, but I'm not sure you've got anything associated with it yet. Let's have a look.
Oh,
Remember, the top category doesn't show up until you've got. No, you haven't created an article connected to it yet. So that would be contact and social media and all that kind of stuff, and
okay, so basically just a list of my,
yeah,
okay, like it's on my website.
yeah. So you can start grabbing everything from the website. Remember, you can do all this in, I can't remember, I might have done it already, but you can do the whole thing in a few seconds inside here. What you do is you go to add-ons, you go to settings, you go to here, you go to data source, right? And this is where you add your website. If you haven't done it already, this is how you do it. So you just have to follow this through. So
Yeah.
what you do is you go to website, right? And you've got to add it in here. And what it'll do, it'll strip every single piece of information out of your website and put it into AI Assist in about 2 minutes.
Okay.
Brilliant. So you can do that. Right. Let's crack on with creating. Right. Do you use Facebook or LinkedIn?
Yeah, I use all of it.
Okay. So create Facebook article. So you can ask it to do 10 if you want. I'm just going to ask it to do 1 to keep it simple. In the cadence, connecting to my webinar, if you're using a webinar as an example, or certainly it should always be connecting to your join the tribe, this one here. So we just grab that again. As a link. Right. So this could be, I want to create 20 Facebook articles in the cadence. So in the emotional, I can't spell today. In the emotional cadence, or in emotional cadence copy, connecting to this as a link. Right. So what it's going to do now, there you are. There's your first Facebook page created on AI. So all you do is you go right, diddle, copy and paste, go straight to Facebook, post it.
Great. So if you say that we link them all to this page what I'm looking at, which means that why we doing it when people get access to them anyways once they signed up?
Well, the important thing is that you are taking people out of the Wild West, which is Facebook, out of social media, and put them into your app. That's the most important part about this, because the next part is, I'm going to show you in a minute, is actually sending push notifications to people who registered in your app. So inside your app, you've got a kind of a free area where everybody sees, and you've got a members area.
Okay, so when we put in there a link to this sign up page,
Yeah.
that means that only people who signed up can see it.
Yeah, so just to show you what happens on the app, on the registration page, the way I've set it up for you is that there are two types. You've got just browsing, and you've got paid members. Okay, so this is the way Elaine's done it.
Yeah.
So if anybody joins up, because you got back office access to all of this, I'm going to show you in a second. If somebody signs up and they're not a paid member, as a paid member, we can downgrade them to just browsing. And what
Okay.
that means is that only members can see your news feed and the members only area here.
Yeah.
All right. So what you can do, you can create special articles, you can create special videos and stuff and post them in the members only area. And they will be the only people that can see them are paid members.
So if I understand that correctly, so by putting the link to join my tribe in there,
Yeah.
that's almost like the yellow pages. From there on, it gets distributed into the right
Correct.
category.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what you'll find is that where it says people connect here, and you've got complete control over this. These are the only 4 people that have registered on this app so far.
Yeah.
That's me, that's Charlie, that's you, and Elaine. So
Yeah.
what's going to happen is that through time, you're going to see this remarkable thing happen. If I just show you Elaine's, wherever Elaine's is in here, yeah, here. What you're going to see on her app. All right. So now I'm logging in. Obviously, I've got complete access, same as Elaine, but I'm logging in as a client. I want to have all my notifications turned on at all times. And what you're going to see here is, right. Here's join our tribe. Here's her registration.
Yeah.
And her user types are just browsing, starter member, premium member, VIP member. All right, so that's a bit more sophisticated with what
Yeah.
we've done. But you can see the functionality is exactly the same as yours. And have we got free? Right, hub members. Right, so what she's got here, you can see. No, that's wrong. Sorry. This is where, right. So this area here is like a secret area for hub members only.
Yeah.
And I'm going to show you, because what we're going to do, I'm going to let you digest this, and we'll have another call. And in the next call, I'm going to show you how to start using push notifications and how to put stuff into your app from your knowledge base. She's got maybe we turned it off. I don't think we have. But anyway, she's changed the wordage on here, so I can't find what I'm looking for really. But she's given a great deal of thought to her app, and it's a good idea to look at what she's done over time and adapt it for yours. Yeah, I can see what she's done here because she's got control of the app completely. And what I'm going to do next time is show you this area here
Yeah.
where you access the admin area. And from here, you can manage your users. So this is Elaine's, obviously. You can see all the users she's got in here. She's got hundreds of them.
Yeah.
So this is where you will be in a couple of years' time.
Yeah.
And she adds events in here. She adds documents in here, and she adds news in here. And the other biggie that she does that that is definitely worth doing for the upgrade is that I think it's £12 a month, I'm sure it is, plus VAT, and that's with Fliplet, but I manage that for you. And what happens is that and I'll go into her app again just to show you. No, I won't. I'll go into one of mine because I've just set mine up. When you go into, because what happens, you get access to this areas here. You just log in and you just see this area. You don't see all of them, just this area.
Yeah.
And from here, you can start creating push notifications and you can schedule them. So now all of a sudden you've got articles that you've created that are in the knowledge base that you push out on push notifications to your clients. Now we're getting somewhere.
Yeah, so that is, I can write all the articles
Yeah.
And basically for the month and then plan them when I want them to go out.
Yeah, you can plan your webinars, your podcasts. Gemini can help you do all that. You can add it to your diary from Gemini. You can also do all your LinkedIn. So I can ask it now. Again, same story. Same story. LinkedIn article.
Yeah, I definitely need to play with it.
Hey, what? You got LinkedIn articles? It's just unbelievable. It really is. And the final part of the story before we run out of time is that inside your knowledge base, here, this button here has got a reporting button. And this is going to be the most fascinating area for you to kind of get to grips with in the future, because this would tell you how many people have actually visited and read the article. Now, isn't that cool? So not only
Yeah, and that is also I can easily understand that. It's not like through 1,500 different.
no, exactly. It's really noddy proof. So I to give you encouragement, I'm just going to log out of yours and log into mine before we run out of time. If we run out of time, I apologize. Char. Oh dear.
Charlie, yes.
Yeah, when I set it up under Charlie's name, and I've never been able to change it. But have a look at this. This is the reporting system for Multex. Going to go to articles here. Sorry, it's the wrong one. Multex. All right. Right. So in the last 12 months, we've had 190,000 views of our articles.
Wow.
190,000. And that's all on Perplexity, and that's going through the search engine. So if you went into Gemini and you say, what is Multex, as an example, it will come up, it'll tell you what Multex is. Oh, Multex QR. I spelled it right. Right. Okay. Now, what is Multex QR like? Just ask for that because I know. Anyway, what happens is that it references every single node, every single way it finds Multics QI Lite, it tells you. And guess what happens? Every single time it comes up from talk. And sometimes it's multiple reference, you know. So we know it works and we know that whole concept is, you know, fantastic.
Yeah.
So that ends our day's call. I hope that's enough for you to get your teeth into.
Yeah. Without having my brain cells in a complete overload.
It is a lot to take in, but my goodness, it's powerful. And so next week we'll continue, do a bit more.
That sounds amazing. I really appreciate that and your time.
Tell everybody, will you? They're all fast asleep in those groups, all the Ellery's groups. So I don't know what's going on, but they're fast asleep on duty. You know, they've got so much to learn. Let's help them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for your support.
Thank you.
So yeah, so we'll move to push notifications. I'll see how you've got on because next week I expect to see. I'm not saying I'm just like a teacher. Next week when you turn up for school, I expect to see more categories, more, and you're getting into the flow of creating
Yeah.
an article a day keeps the doctor away. That's what they say. That's what I say. That's my pitch, you know. So. And now you can see how my mind works. Everything's joined up, has to be joined up because I'm turning your business into a data management company for you. That's what we're doing. Away from the chaos of social media, your data, your people, your control. So
I'm just thinking maybe I should try to get it to write class layouts.
yeah, yeah. I mean, you can before you start publishing anything, start playing with it. It'll do whatever you want it to do. I
They
promise.
would be just for me. I mean, I wouldn't publish them. They would be for me to, okay, this is my class for today.
Yeah, yeah. And you know, webinars, videos, everything that you do can be created from Gemini. Extraordinarily powerful. And in seconds. All right, it's nice to see you. I'll catch up with you again next week, okay?
Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much.
Bye for now.
Bye. Bye.